This week we have Venus, planet of love and relationships, shifting into her home sign of Libra, and we have Mercury, the messenger, ruler of thoughts and perceptions, moving into expansive fire sign Sagittarius. All of this and an empowered moment coming up in my new Intuitive Astrology Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, November 6th through Sunday, November 12th, 2023. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment, here to do my new weekly reading for November 6th through November 12th. And this week we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Sacred Power Reading Cards by Anna Stark. So before we get into the astrology of the week, or even looking at our stones of choice for that special message card, let's go ahead and settle in and do an empowered moment. So if you just close your eyes, relax your body, clear your mind of all thoughts, make sure your arms and legs are uncrossed so the energy can move freely throughout your body, mind, and energy field. And let's start by taking a couple of deep breaths. Imagine that you're breathing in golden white light of God's source energy universe. This golden white light is unconditional love and protection and guidance. Again, breathe that into every cell of your body, and as you exhale, you're letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Imagine, sense, or just know that a grounding cord is now coming out of your root chakra, traveling down deep through the layers of Earth Mother Gaia, and connecting to her crystalline heart chakra in the center of the earth. This will provide you with the inflow of her nurturing, loving, healing energy. Let's breathe that in up through the grounding cord. And as you exhale, it's being dispersed throughout all of your chakras and energy bodies, mingling with that etheric golden white light of Source. And this week we have two big events with planets shifting into new signs of the zodiac. One of those is Venus, planet of love and relationships, moving into her home sign of Libra, sign of balance, harmony, and equality. We're going to intend that as Venus moves through this sign of the zodiac for the next few days, that our relationships in our lives, our significant others, friends, family, even those that we work with, all come into a sense of balance, a sense of mutual support and empowerment. So let's breathe that intention into your body, your mind, your energy field. Equally empowering and supportive relationships. And shifting your attention now to Mercury, the planet of messages, the planet of communications, the planet that rules our thoughts and perceptions, moving into expansive and positive, optimistic fire sign Sagittarius for the next few days. And next time you take in a deep breath, breathe in the intention that your mind will expand with positive thoughts, that your words being spoken will be that of joy and enthusiasm. that you have new perceptions and visualizations of new adventures unfolding in your life. So let's breathe that intention in to your body, mind, and soul, your energy field. And as you exhale and in your own time, you can open your eyes, return to this time and place and space, and get ready to look at your stones of choice for the special message card a little bit later. So our first stone of choice, these are all special intention pendants. These are wire wrapped by me, Reiki infused with all these yummy energies. And this one is ruby zoisite. Ruby zoisite. It's wrapped in silver and Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 1 for courage and strength, and the number 6 for growth and fertility. The energies of Neptune, planet of increased spiritual awareness and psychic abilities. The energies of the sign of Leo for joy, confidence, passion, and zest for life. The activation of the root chakra for stability and security, and activation of the heart chakra for self-love and increased self-esteem. This one has the energies of Archangel Raphael for emotional healing, and Archangel Michael for courage and forward movement on one's path. Okay. Stone number 2, we've got serpentine special intention pendant, a beautiful light green colored stone. It's in a beautiful shape too. It's wrapped in silver and Reiki infused with the qualities of the number 9, number of healing and opening the heart chakra to unconditional love. The number 2, number of balance and equality with partnerships. The qualities of the sign of Libra to bring balance between self and others. The activation and balancing of the heart chakra for compassion and forgiveness. The activation and opening of the crown chakra for connection to higher wisdom in past lives. And the energy of Archangel Raphael, the archangel that helps us to heal our emotional body and our relationships. Okay, and then the last stone of choice is dragon's blood. I know it looks a little bit like that first one, right, with the ruby zoisite, but this is dragon's blood, and this is wire wrapped in gold and Reiki infused with the qualities of the number 9 to open the heart chakra to universal love and dissolve fears of the past. And the number 8, number of courage, inner strength, and standing in one's personal power and truth. The sign of Libra again, to bring balance to the masculine and feminine energies within oneself. The activation and balancing of all of the chakras. Activation of the Kundalini energy. The energies of Archangel Michael is in this one for protection, releasing lower energies and moving forward on our destiny path. And it also has a connection to the mythical realm of the dragon energies. All right, so again, our stones of choice are the ruby zoisite, the serpentine, and last but not least, we have the dragon's blood jasper. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the astrology for this week. This is the week after the full moon lunar eclipse, right? So we're now nearing a new moon. It's not going to occur this week, but it is going to occur next Monday. So I thought I'd give you a little heads up. The new moon in Scorpio will be Monday of next week, which means as we proceed through this week, we're in that waning cycle of the moon. We're in this time period of releasing, letting go, and healing. On Monday the 6th, what we do have is Venus, planet of love and relationships. She's still in Virgo at this point and connecting in a positive way to Pluto, planet of death and rebirth, empowerment, transformation. So this to me is a very powerful and can be a very positive energy. We might be taking our power back, owning our power. There could be something going on with money and finances because Venus, along with ruling love and relationships, does rule personal resources like money and finances. Also on Monday the 6th, we have Mercury, the messenger, planet that I said rules thoughts and perceptions and ideas and communications and messages. It's still in Scorpio at this point, and it's in a positive connection to Neptune, ruler of the spiritual realm, the ethereal realm, which is in his home sign of Pisces. So this can actually bring a very creative and artistic flow of ideas coming in, empowering ideas. There can be something going on again with money and finances with this, messages or information that surround money and finances because Mercury is in Scorpio, which is one of the signs that rules money. It actually rules other people's money and other people's resources. And also because both of these are in a water sign, Mercury being in water sign Scorpio, Neptune being in water sign Pisces, our clairs are going to increase. So clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, all of our psychic abilities, our perceptions are very in tune. So pay attention to that. And in fact, Monday is probably the day of this week that has the best connections or aspects with planets going on. When we get to Wednesday the 8th, this is when Venus, planet of love and relationships, money and finances, Venus also rules values and our sense of self-value or self-worth. She's moving into her home sign of Libra until December 4th. Now, on that same day as she transitions into Libra, the sign of relationships and partnerships and balance and equality and harmony, she's actually going to make a challenging aspect to Saturn, which is the teacher of karmic lessons, the planet that rules restrictions and limitations, the planet that rules responsibility and restructuring our lives. And if you remember last week, I believe it was on the 4th of November, Saturn turned to direct motion at 0 degrees of Pisces. So that is where he is and still sits because Saturn is a very slow-moving planet. So when Venus connects by in conjunct to Saturn, we might have a little bit of challenge in our relationships. We're going to have a little bit of a heavy feeling going on. On a physical level, this actually might make us feel a little bit more tired or lacking in vitality. On the emotional level, we might feel emotionally heavy. We might be going through some sort of emotional purge or clearing on a karmic level. Same on a mental level. We might be going through this karmic purge or clearing. We might be feeling a little depressed. And then, of course, on the spiritual levels is when all the good stuff happens, right? We're going through this again, this releasing and letting go of past life energies that we no longer need to hold on to. All the while, in our real 3D and waking life, there might be things that are being brought to our attention regarding the inequality or disempowerment within certain relationships that have to be looked at. And also on the 8th of November, the sun, still in Scorpio, is going to be in an inconjunct to Chiron, the wounded healer or the ruler of our past life wounds. And the sun rules our sense of self-identity and our self-expression. And again, it's in the depths of Scorpio right now, kind of bringing up all these scorpionic shadow side, energies. Scorpio can also rule empowerment versus disempowerment. So between Venus connecting with Saturn, which is a little heavy, and the sun in Scorpio, in that connection with Chiron, which can be a little challenging as well, I feel like there's a lot of healing potential taking place on Wednesday, but we might be feeling a little blah, we might be feeling a little difficulties that might be coming up either within ourselves or in our lives. Now on Thursday the 9th, Mercury, the messenger, ruler of the mental realm, is moving out of the shadows of Scorpio and into the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is fire and it's mutable, which means it's changeable and all over the place. It is expansive. Sagittarius wants to expand into the bigger picture, and it wants to expand into joy, into optimism. It wants to expand into adventure and moving into new horizons. So this is a positive thing. And Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius until December 1st. Now, it will go retrograde sometime in December. And as it does so, it's actually going to revisit the sign of Sagittarius from December 23rd until January 14th. But we'll talk about that at a later time. Now on Friday, the next day, Mercury is going to actually challenge Saturn, just like Venus did earlier in the week. This time it's a square aspect, which is more of a head-on, challenging kind of energy. So we might be challenged in our thoughts, challenged in coming up with new ideas or solutions. We might be challenged with seeing the big picture, the bright picture, or glass half full mentality. So we might be a little bit depressed or feeling frustrated mentally or limited, or like we're being restricted from coming up with, this new plan that we want to come up with. Also, it might bring in some difficulties with communications as well. And then on Saturday the 11th, we have Mars, the warrior planet, the planet that rules forward movement and energy and action, which is still in Scorpio. So that's a very deep, passionate, stubborn, kind of energy, which can be good because it means that we're going to keep on keeping on to move towards our goals. But on Saturday, Mars is going to be opposing Uranus, and Uranus is that planet that rules the unexpected, that rules shifts and redirections, and it rules freedom and liberation, breaking free of something that's holding you back. Uranus is known as the Great Awakener, so we can awaken to kind of higher insights or epiphanies. And so with Mars and Scorpio opposing Uranus, first of all, Scorpio is one of those money signs, as I said earlier. Taurus, which is where Uranus is the other money sign. So there definitely might be some sort of sudden, unexpected surprise moment when it comes to our money and finances. It's hard to say which way that's going to go, if it's a positive or a not so positive experience, because Uranus's motto is expect the unexpected. Now, other than that, we're dealing with, again, feelings of empowerment and valuing ourselves. And there might be, again, some other unexpected situations and circumstances that pop in. Know as we get to Sunday, as I said, next Monday, which would be the 13th, which is going to be in next week's video, we'll have that new moon in Scorpio. So Saturday and Sunday, we're in that dark of the moon phase, where we really kind of withdraw our own energies. We're going within, we're reflecting on things, a little bit of silence is a good thing. Being out in nature or, taking time to yourself is a good thing in that dark of the moon phase. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards, the messages that we have from our angels and guides. Now, I don't usually use reverse in my tarot decks, but as I'm shuffling and sometimes cards will fly out, the first card came out and landed in a reversed manner. So I was told to go ahead and look at that card in a reversed manner. And it's actually the Page of Cups. It looks like this when it's upright, right? So the Page of Cups here is going to be in a reversed manner. Now, with the Page of Cups, cups is the suit of our emotions and our emotional interactions and our emotional connections with other people, relationships. The page is about information or messages, communication on some level, things, our thoughts, anything that deals with that mental realm is the page. Now, if you look at it upright, it's like his feet aren't on the solid ground, right? His heart chakra has kind of got some energy going on here. But it's interesting because it's like he's floating off the ground. It's, the energy of lifting him up in the air is actually pulling his hair up too, right? But here his feet are not solidly on the ground. Now, when you look at the image up here, this is the cups, the symbol for the cups, but we have like a little dog with angel wings. So I feel like this can be about our communication, because we're still at that time where the veil is thin between the worlds, right? And we might be able to connect with our pets that have crossed over, our loved ones that have crossed over. Connection with our angels and guides and receiving spiritual messages can be more strong or clear. We also have down here two hands coming together and kind of making a heart, or the heart is in the middle. So again, this can be about communication and relationships. Now again, it was in a reversed motion. So I feel like, to me, it feels like we're confused. The Page of Cups can already not have clarity. It's kind of that young sort of energy before it's matured and gotten stabilized and grounded. So here it's like we're topsy-turvy, like we're upside down and things aren't making sense. We might be confused. There might be illusions within our relationships going on. We're trying to sort it out. We're trying to make sense of it. Communications are highlighted, but yet maybe we're having a difficult time expressing ourselves, or maybe the other person is having a difficult time expressing to us. We need to have a little bit more clarity. So when you are communicating with other people, make sure you understand what they're saying and make sure they understand what you're saying. This might mean that we have to wait for things to kind of settle out a little bit before we can really understand what's happening within our own emotional body and what's happening within our emotional connections with other people. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second card here. The second card is the Seven of Swords. Now, the Suit of Swords is about the mental realm. So we started out with some emotional confusion in the emotional realm. The Seven of Swords usually means that we don't have all the information yet. To me, the number 7 numerologically, and this is a universal 7-year for 2023 for the collective. And I feel like a lot of us have not gotten the clarity that we've been seeking in different circumstances and situations. There's been almost like energy or information is being withheld. And I'm not saying that the universe is withholding from us, but it's almost like, again, we don't have all the puzzle pieces to make sense of something. Now, the Seven of Swords, oftentimes in the traditional tarot, can mean that it's like someone is stealing your energy, usurping your energy. To me, this could also mean that, given the birds that are on here, there might be secrets, there might be obsessions, there might be compulsions. We do have a full moon up here, and we're not in a week where we're having a full moon. We're actually approaching a new moon, but feel like those energies from the new moon or the full moon lunar eclipse that we had on October 28th are still kind of affecting us, affecting our mindset, affecting us to have more positive, uplifting thoughts. We're still going through this kind of mental body cleansing, purging, as we are on all of our levels with physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. But I feel like, he's looking for something. Like all the birds are kind of behind him. He's looking for some clarity. He's looking for some uplifting information. He's looking for the rays of the moon here to strengthen and increase his own intuitive capabilities, but it's being muddled with the logic of the mind. It's being muddled with our mind wanting to make sense of something or analyze something. Again, this is a great time to reflect and meditate and just listen to your inner voice. If you can kind of drown out all of the other chattering, going on here, which could be chattering of your own mind, could be chattering from other people telling you things, and what you really have to do is quiet the mind and settle in on what's going on within self. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the last card here. The last card is another 7, but it's the 7 of Cups. So again, we've got the mental realm and the emotional realm being highlighted here, both with this feeling of not having all the information, not knowing what choice to make, what decision to make. You can see that by this picture where he's like, he's looking at all these cups that are turned upside down. There's something most likely underneath those cups. Just like this one actually looks like there's a snake being revealed, which can be about transformation on an emotional body level. but he doesn't know what's under these cups. In other words, if he makes that choice or this decision or that decision, doesn't know how it's going to pan out. And he's very confused and stifled within his own, processes of making this choice, because it's an emotional choice for him. And he doesn't want to make the wrong choice. He's feeling emotionally connected to the outcome of it. So, there's all these other, images in here where we've got the ladders, we've got the snake, we've got the flowing water. This is saying, allow the emotional healing, allow the purging and releasing of old emotional situations from this and other lifetimes to flow out and away from you. The snake, let's transmute, let's transform, let's go through this death and rebirth process on an emotional body level. The ladders, to me, when I think of this, is like super conscious, conscious, subconscious. We have these levels of our mind, or in this case, the emotional body. The emotional body does rule the subconscious anyway, and the unconscious. So let's take that ladder and let's go down into the subconscious or the unconscious. Could be through meditation, could be through journaling, could be through hypnotherapy, could be through shamanic journeying, or just self-reflection. And, let's see what's down there. Let's bring forth, all these feelings and emotions that are, kind of churning within us, and try to understand where they're coming from. Where's the anxiety coming from? Where's the frustration coming from? Conversely, we can take the ladder up to a higher level, to our higher self, to our, what you might say, super conscious self, which is more connected with the divine. So we can actually traverse all of these realms as we're trying to maneuver, basically, all of this confusion on a mental and emotional level that's going on. And even with the first card, the confusion with the communication and matters of the heart, with that heart here, with the two hands kind of coming together. So it does seem like with Venus moving into Libra this week, sign of relationships, that's definitely looking like it's going to be highlighted in some way, shape, or form. Either our own internal processes, projections, feelings, perceptions regarding them, or again, in interactions and communications with others. Let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So that first stone of choice was the ruby zoisite. So we're going to give the cards here a little shuffle and ask for the special message for ruby zoisite people. This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. Ooh, sacred wisdom. That's so cool. That's actually the cover of the box. The cover of the box is the same. But sacred wisdom, so, and we see the moon cycles here too. So we just came out of a powerful month of eclipses. We're going to be nearing next week a new moon in Scorpio. And then, of course, later in the month, a full moon in Gemini. So this is about paying attention to the moon cycles. Where is it falling into your astrological chart? What area of your chart is it activating? What house of the zodiac? So that we know what area of your life it's activating. What planets are these moon cycles activating? And, you can contact an astrologer if you're having trouble. You can actually go get a free astrological chart for yourself. But if you, don't know the basics of astrology, you might have a hard time reading that, but that's okay. We've got people out there in the world that can help you kind of locate where is this activating things. New moons are going to activate new beginnings, and full moons are going to activate endings or completions. Now, to me, this is sacred geometry. Let's work with sacred geometry and sacred geometric shapes just through meditation and whatever that you feel drawn to. Maybe you want to put yourself in a circle of white light. Maybe you want to put yourself in a Merkaba energy vehicle to kind of heighten and raise your energy vibration. Maybe you want to put yourself in a triangle or like a pyramid shape. It doesn't really matter, whatever you're drawn to. And the owl itself too. Owls are known as silent wisdom. So here we have sacred wisdom. The owls with its silent wisdom. It's like, listen to your inner voice. Listen to what your gut feelings are telling you. Listen to the higher wisdom and knowledge of the universe. All of these are going to be messages for you this week. Let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it. The second stone of choice was the serpentine. So we'll give this a little shuffle here. Serpentine people. Special message for the week for serpentine people. This one's sticking up. Oh, it was right on the bottom. Didn't know that. Personal power. Perfect card is we're still, or at least just transitioning out of Scorpio energy. Of course, Mercury is going to be moving out of, Scorpio this week, but the Sun and Mars are still in Scorpio. And that's all about, again, death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, and personal power and empowerment. So here we have a cat creature here. I love the cat family, but cats can be mysterious, they can be powerful, they can be very intuitive, they can be very confident, so all of these positive traits of the cat family here, along with, again, coming into your personal power. I feel like you're transitioning in a way through this Scorpio season and the eclipses that happened in October. In fact, we have kind of this vortex sort of energy swirling. And soon, during the course of this month, we're going to be, having even the Sun and Mars eventually moving out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius where Mercury is. So there's going to be a transition in the feeling of these energies. But for right now, take advantage and move towards very confidently or stealthily, into your inner courage and your inner strength and, again, your sense of empowerment as you go forward. Maybe your personal power is about making a decision or choice that's in your best and highest interest. And, this is a sign for you to actually move into that place, feel good about it, feel self-assured about it, and own your power. All right, let's put that back in the deck. And then for those of you that chose the Dragon's Blood Jasper, Dragon's Blood Jasper, special message. Special message for Dragon's Blood Jasper people. All right, this one is sticking up. It was on the bottom, wasn't it? It says soul journey. So we actually, I feel like for the whole of 2023, I feel like we've all been on a soul journey. It's been a very internal processing sort of year. A lot of internal processing, a lot of internal shifting, a lot of needing to listen to our internal guidance, which may have been just as confusing as external guidance maybe has been. You can see this windy road. That's kind of like 2023, right? There's been like no straight path, no clarity, no, at least not yet, no end result, to certain things in our lives. I'm not saying none of you have had results, but definitely we've been kind of on this winding road. And what does that mean? What's the metaphor of the winding road? We're on this spiritual journey. It's not about getting from point A to point B in 1, 2, or 3 steps. It's about learning lessons along the way, moving through detours and redirections. And that's kind of what we've been doing in 2023. But once we go through these, redirections and this soul journey and this winding road and the detours along the way, we eventually get to where we need to get to. So know that whatever your goals are, and I'm not saying it's exactly the way you envision your goals to be manifested, but your higher soul self knows what is in your highest and best interest. And eventually you're going to get to where those are manifested. A little kind of hint for the future is I feel like as we move into the new year of 2024, things are going to be much more direct and much more perhaps tangible in a way than they have been this year. This has truly been kind of a yin, divine feminine sort of year where kind of going back to that wisdom card. Really, it's been about gaining a sense of our own internal wisdom, connecting with our internal wisdom, connecting with our inner trust and faith in ourselves and in divine timing, that we're going to get to where we need to go when it's time. So I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly Empowered Moments, Intuitive Astrology. I know I keep changing the title of that, just trying to get the right YouTube algorithms going. If anybody has anything to offer for assistance and help with that, you let me know. So sending you all lots of love and light, and thank you so much for your support and for tuning in every week and every month to watch my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you, and sending you all many, many blessings. Namaste.